Chapter 1121. Wilbur frowned. Didn't you want to see me? Is there anything you need? Sophie remained silent, doing her best to look meek and fragile. Just then, however, Demi spoke up with a smile. Wilbur, your cousin tells me that the two of you weren't very close before you got here. That's true. I heard that she was coming here and wanted to tag along to see if I could do better for myself here, said Wilbur calmly. Demi nodded. I've got a task for you in the afternoon. We're going to Yannick's. He said that people have been acting out there. You'll have to kill a few people to tame these idiots. Sure. When do we leave? Wilbur said at once. Demi smiled. Just get ready. We'll leave in a bit. Wilbur nodded. Just then, however, Sophie flew to her feet staring at Wilbur in fury. Wilbur looked back at her. Nothing but calm. How could you do this to your own people? Sophie shouted. I'm just making money here. Don't start it. I knew you've gone rogue. You traitor. Sophie could not take it anymore, flying to her feet and shouting at Wilbur loudly. Wilbur sighed. His worst fear had happened in the end. Demi looked at him with an ashen expression. Explain yourself, Wilbur. Wilbur glanced at Demi, then at an enraged Sophie. Do you know you might be killing many people with your stupidity? All I know is that you've turned your back on Dasha and joined these criminals as a hitman. You traitor, Sophie shouted. Wilbur shook his head. God. This girl was stupid. At the same time, Demi's expression darkened at last as she looked at Wilbur. So you really are a spy from Dasha, aren't you? Wilbur looked up at Demi. With how things had panned out, there was no point in trying to hide the truth. Sophie had, in trying to stop him, exposed herself as well. He looked up at a righteous, indignant Sophie with a smile before turning to Demi. You're right. I am. Demi squinted at him. Do you know how we deal with people like you around here? I don't. But I'm not dying here anyway, said Wilbur calmly. Demi sneered. There are about 6 heavy-duty snipers aimed at this office right now, as well as a dozen bazookas. All of them are firing with HE rounds. No cultivator of that ambience level would be able to take it. Oh, really? Wilbur lit a cigarette. Demi fixed him with a cold stare. I'm going to give you one chance right now. Kill Sophie and join me for good. I'll still keep that promise of raising your pay. Wilbur was now making $2 million a month, a sizable income for sure. Raising that would be a huge temptation to anyone. Wilbur raised an eyebrow. He summoned the dark disperse, playing with it in his hands as he looked at Sophie. Demi put her foot over a button under the table, looking over at Wilbur coldly. Sophie raised her head high, seemingly devoid of fear. Go on. Go ahead and kill me. You'll be no less of a national disgrace. Your name will be dragged through the mud for the rest of time. Wilbur barked out a laugh. You're a good cop, but you don't quite make the cut. Sophie sneered. I don't need a traitor commenting on my life. Wilbur snorted. He got to his feet, kicking Sophie to the ground in one swift move. Sophie cried out in shock, landing in a heap in the corner of the room. At the same time, Wilbur's dark disperse lit up with deadly spiritual flames as he swung it outward.